Okay. Okay. Hi, everyone. I'm George Dafoulas. I'm Director of Programs in the Computer Science Department of Middlesex University. I represent the Faculty of Science and Technology, and I'm a professor of Information Systems and Business Computing. So today I'm going to talk to you about getting ready for a pitch competition, which is part of the British Council project we have with Kazar University, and also we have another project with Kyrgyzstan National University, KNU. So during the meeting, we may have some students joining from KNU as well as Kazar. If you were not able to attend this meeting, you can always watch the recording, and in order to find out more about the pitch competition. If you can actually try to mute yourselves during this presentation, so we can reduce any noise. So what I'm going to do today, I'm going to introduce the video pitch competition. I will talk about some ideas of how to pitch your idea and introduce the next steps for those of you who want to participate in the competition. So let's start with the introduction of the video pitch competition. The Big Idea Challenge, it's an amazing project that is on its third year now. It was slightly affected last year because of COVID, so we did not manage to meet as many times as we were hoping. Now, the Big Idea Challenge is open for anyone who is a young entrepreneur between 18 and 35 years old. Uh, there are so many regions that the Big Idea Challenge is open to, and you, as part of either KNU or Kazar University, you are in the region that is open to Armenia, Azerbaijan, Georgia, Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, Ukraine, and Uzbekistan. If you're dreaming about starting your own business one day, this is the Big Idea Challenge is right for you, because it will help you to compete with others and put your idea into the test. So the Big Idea Challenge includes a video pitch competition. So basically what this is that it's part of a British Council's Creative Spark program, which is a program directed towards the higher education enterprise program. So the program is giving an opportunity to the students of the universities in these countries to help develop further any new idea, any startup idea, and talk to everyone about it. So if you have an idea, regardless how crazy you think this idea is, we would really like to hear about this. And the idea should solve an actual problem, and it should have a wow factor, right? It should be really impressive. Everyone who would listen to your idea, find about your idea, will say, "Oh my God, that's a great idea! It's how on earth nobody thought about this before?" In order to be eligible to take part in this competition and be part of the Creative Spark program, you have to be a member, and for this presentation, a member of Kazar University or KNU University. So these are open only for these students. You can always email at info-creativespark-bigidea.uk to find out about eligibility rules and so on. But in the first instance, you can talk to the colleagues from Kazar University or KNU. So why should you enter the competition? First of all, you can enter as an individual, you can enter as a team, and you will have an opportunity to get your idea in a global platform, okay? So you will be open to public vote from all over the world as part of the People's Choice public vote. Your video pitch will also compete with other ideas, literally hundreds of ideas, international ideas, and it is quite likely that you may win business support and grant funding to support further your idea. For 2021, best ideas will get prizes including personalized mentoring support, which is amazing opportunity. If you think that experienced people will give you mentoring support of how to develop your idea, up to £3,000 worth of grant funding, and of course, you will be able to participate in a startup sprint course, which is a course for new startups of how to develop their ideas. So let's talk about the different stages of the Big Idea Challenge. Stage one. During this stage, you will get access to important information about the competition, including eligibility criteria, the dates, the different categories and so on. This webinar is part of this stage. Also, there will be various updates and reminders about the competition activities and resources. So the first thing that you need to do is register your interest, and I will explain to you how you're going to do this later on. The second stage is joining success sessions. So these are webinars that will take place during the competition, and they will help you to understand the entrepreneurial mindset. In other words, how does an entrepreneur think when they develop their idea? And that will help you to develop your entry to the competition and become even more successful in selling your idea. The third stage is forming your team, developing your video pitch, record it on video, prepare your application and choose the category in order to enter the competition. So you need to record your pitch and submit your entry, and you have a few days before the deadline. And the fourth stage is the submitted pitches and ideas will be assessed by both local and international panels. And there will be national finalists. There's going to be a website where all the finalists will be promoted, and also they will receive the People's Choice public voting. So these are the 4 stages. So let's talk about the big idea challenges categories. The first one, which is a new category, is climate change. So these ideas that should focus on causes and effects of climate change. In other words, what causes climate change, or what is the impact of climate change in your country? And the goal of the idea is to protect our planet, protect our resources, and emphasize the importance of these actions for community at local or national level. So the first category is climate change. The second category is the social impact. These ideas should focus on how to tackle social inclusion and gender equality. In other words, ideas that will make sure that female and male have equal opportunities for certain in society. Social inclusion in terms of being inclusive of all groups and minorities. These ideas should focus on targeting underrepresented communities and how these communities can be supported to have same opportunities. This could be an environmental idea or social idea. So your idea should actually tackle either environmental or social aspect, focusing on those people who are most in need. The third category is creative. Do you have a new product idea, a new service? Do you have anything that stems from your culture, something that you think that it will be very successful worldwide? Do you have an idea that will help people who are creative to reach new people by new audiences, new markets by using technology, how they can become more successful? So that's part of the creative category. Last but not least, digital technology. Are there any ideas of yours that are based on the use of technology or innovative use of technology? Does your idea focus on the development of new software or hardware, or new use of software or hardware? Then the digital technology is your ideal category. So at this stage, I'd really like to see the video pitch challenge at KNU. That was the first year. It's a very interesting video that will show you what guys and Kyrgyzstan have been doing.
Good day. My name is Azada Rusalieva. Today, during the training, we covered not only entrepreneurship, but the item of woman entrepreneurship also. By observing a little bit, one can easily tell that there are a lot of bright young ladies in Kyrgyzstan that want to make their own contribution into society and making it a little bit better. Unfortunately, they're facing some challenges such as lack of experience, knowledge, or even support. And I think that Creative Spark as a project is going to work as a really powerful tool that will help them implement their ideas and make them reality.
Hello, my name is Aydar. I am a third-year student of Kyrgyz European faculty in Kyrgyz National University. Today's training gave us so much interesting and funny stuff. We have an activity when our course were separated for 4 groups, and we played games, and it was very fun and so interesting. Okay.
It was about business entrepreneurship, and I learned about business planning and also major principles of business. And I think it felt very useful for me for my future if I want to create my own business. So thank you so much. Goodbye.
Okay, so that gives you, if you like, an experience of how in Kyrgyzstan they use these resources in order to develop further their ideas. I'm having some of the pictures from 2019 because in 2020 we had COVID affecting, like the event, but actually these are some international finalists. So we have one from Azerbaijan and one from Kyrgyzstan. Azerbaijan, the idea was on social impact and focusing on filter and tank. So it was a category winner. And another category winner in terms of creative, that was from Kyrgyzstan, creating a felt book that teaches traditions to children through tasks, which was really an amazing, actually. When we had the Oxford award ceremony, I was in the same table with this lady showing the actual felt book and how she created. So you see, it's a big range of ideas. So you can actually go to these links, creativespark-bigidea.uk/international-finalists, or you can for international finance, and the finalists 2019 are on this website. So you can actually see a big range of ideas, and you can see how these people created something really unique. So you can actually take a screenshot. While you'll see the video of this recording, you can take a screenshot of the website, or you can actually go to these websites and see more examples. So let's assume you have a good idea. How are you going to pitch your idea? What are you going to do? Some tips for pitching your idea. First of all, start with a very strong introduction where you describe the problem. So for example, imagine Uber, the company that is about taxi, right? Or Amazon, the company that is about online purchasing. Imagine that, okay, I'm going to do a pitch of creating an online facility. So it's cold outside, it's snowing, you cannot get outside your office, you cannot get outside of home, but you're desperate to have certain services provided to you. With our product or with our application, the weather, the distance is no longer an issue. So you see, we start a very strong introduction. And you need to draw your attention, the attention of the audience, your audience's attention. And you may use a personal story or statistics. For example, did you know that 70% of graduates have no idea how to search for a job? So with our website, there's going to be a hub for all graduate students in order to find a new job. There you are. Immediately, I drew the attention of my audience, which is the graduates who want to find a job. The next thing that you need to do is describe your solution. How will it solve the problem that you identified, and how is it different from competition? So our website is the best website or the first website in Azerbaijan or Kyrgyzstan that offers students an opportunity to find jobs. You see what I did there? Describe the solution. The next part is portray who is affected by the problem. Every graduate needs to get on this website because it will help them to find jobs. Find out how many individuals are affected to show how big the market is. So let's assume that, okay, in Azerbaijan, we have at least 400,000 people who are actively looking for jobs. They graduated from the 32 universities of the country. So this is the third step. Demonstrate how your idea will make money and the potential for it. For every student who finds a job, what we'll do is like we will be able to get 5% of their salary from their employer. So you see, this is how we make money. Have a strong closing sentence, a slogan for your idea. Our website will help students find jobs. So we find jobs for you or something like that. And then practice, practice, practice. So keep doing this again and again till your sales pitch is really successful. Vikas Shah is a venture investor in technology businesses. He told the British Council what he looks for in a pitch from an entrepreneur. So let's see the steps, okay? Get to the point. So don't waste time. Venture capitalists are busy people. So you really have less than a couple of minutes to sell your idea. This is why the video pitch is usually anything between 1 and 5 minutes. It's not really long. A video pitch ideally should be in the first 30 seconds, you should grab the attention. In the next 30 seconds, explain what your product or idea is about. Prove that you have a market for your product. Nobody will care about you unless you tell them that this is the market for this product. So how many people will be using it, or how many people will have your product will have an impact to? So what makes you and the idea special? For example, it's unique. There's no competition, or it uses technology in a way that nobody else has managed to use technology before. Don't take everyone's advice. It means that you have to filter the advice. So there will be a lot of people who will try to give you advice, but is their advice useful? So make sure that you filter where the advice comes from. Find somebody who's an investor or supporter who really want to invest in the idea. And by invest, it's not just money. Their mentoring, their skills, their network, advice. And people invest in people as much as ideas. So you have to show a personality that is very, very promising. So unless people like you, or unless people feel that you are confident, committed, hardworking, have great ideas, people may think that the idea is good, but they may not feel that you are good for the idea. Wendy Sadler is a lecturer at Cardiff Uni and the founder of Science Made Simple. And according to her, there are 6 simple tips to become a science communicator. So she focuses on how to communicate. So say about 100 words per minute. So don't talk too fast, but don't talk too slow. Interact with your audience. Make sure that you are ready to answer questions. Show that you are not afraid of questions. When you want to communicate your idea, communicate it in different ways. Show an example, ask a question, show a figure, explain it in your own words. Use props to explain an abstract concept. So rather than asking people to close their eyes and imagine something, just show something that will help you to be more specific. And be likable as a person. Try, if you're not ready to make jokes, at least try to be pleasant. So you don't need to be entertaining, you just need to be likable. And end your communication well. In other words, let people gasp for more. In other words, say something that, like this idea will change the future in Azerbaijan. Every single student in Kyrgyzstan will have a brighter future because of our application. The only thing we need now is to work together for this idea. So you see what I do here? I make you feel that you want this to go ahead. Let's watch this other video and you can actually see these tips.
Hi, I'm Wendy Sadler. I am a lecturer at Cardiff University and I'm the founder of Science Made Simple. Today, I'm going to give you 6 simple tips of how you can become a brilliant science communicator. Our first tip, S, is for slow down. Most people deliver their information too fast at about 180 to 200 words a minute. Try and find out what your speed is, because research has shown that actually delivery at about 100 words a minute is the best you can get in terms of people remembering what you say and the credibility they give to what you say. You don't need to speak slowly all the time, but use pauses to bring down the average speed. Tip 2, I is for interaction. So your audience has a limited attention span, and anything you can do to raise that is good, right? So interaction could be a question, it could be getting a volunteer on stage, but how about getting the whole audience to do an experiment with you? Something very simple. So here's one you can try wherever you are. Make a circle with your thumb and your finger and line up something on the wall, maybe a clock or a picture, inside that circle with both eyes open. Now close one eye, your left eye, and open it. Close your right eye and open it. Did you notice anything happening? Because probably when one of your eyes closed, that object jumped right outside the circle. So this is a way of your audience doing a personal experiment and finding out something new about themselves. Whichever eye you close that makes the jump happen, that's your dominant eye. So you've now given your audience a personal bit of information about themselves, and that's very powerful to grab attention. Tip 3, M, is for multiple approaches. People choose to learn in different ways, and there are dozens of different approaches to engage with an audience. Now, you wouldn't be expected to use all of them in your communication, but if you can use more than 2 or 3, you can appeal to more people. We can illustrate it if we do a little experiment. So just close your eyes for a minute and count to 3, but without making a sound. Okay, open your eyes. How did you do it? So people have different ways. You may have seen the numbers fly past in your mind. You might have seen them flip over like a calendar. Some people hear their own voice speaking numbers. That's what I do. That works for me. And other people might even move their bodies or count on their fingers or even count their teeth, someone told me once. Tip 4, P, is for props. Almost whatever you do with them will lift the audience's attention. In fact, sometimes if you have a relevant prop, even just holding it and looking intently at it will make the audience interested in it. But obviously you can use them to explain visually something that's quite abstract. So even a simple ruler can be used to explain some physics in a visual way. So I'm going to use this ruler to explain how musical instruments work. Now, if you have a long piece of ruler, you might remember doing this at school, and you pluck it, we make a vibration, and it's quite slow because there's a lot of ruler. If we make the ruler much shorter, we pluck it again, the note gets higher and the vibrations get faster. So those two things are linked. When you get a faster vibration, you get a higher note. So if you've got less of something, less mass, it vibrates much, much faster and you get a higher note. And that's the basis of all musical instruments, really. So even a simple ruler can be used to explain some quite complicated acoustics. Tip 5, L, is for likability, or in FameLab terms, charisma. Now, this is more than a popularity contest, but likability is very important for an audience and how they take away your message. So smile, make sure your passion comes across. Don't be too cocky or arrogant. Audiences really don't like that. And in fact, in some cultures, being self-deprecating about yourself can really work well. But make sure your audience feel like the most important people in the room, because they will love you for it. Tip 6, E, is for end well. Now, a lot of people think hard about their opening, but sometimes they forget to have a strong ending and they can sort of drift off. If you've started with a question, make sure you end by answering that question so you've come full circle. Perhaps you can give the audience something they can do at home when they leave the room. But whatever you plan to do, make sure you have a strong sentence in mind that you're heading for. And at the very least, don't forget to thank the audience so they know when to clap. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you subscribe for more great content. And if you want to find out about FameLab, the world's leading science communication competition, then click this link. Thanks for watching. Hi.
Okay, so let's focus on the next steps and what we need to do. What I have there is just another more examples of the Central Asia Creative Spark Big Idea Challenge back in 2019. So what we did first is we had the largest video pitch competition. So again, this year what we're doing is like there's a video pitch competition, and this is part of Creative Spark. And what we're gonna do is the national and international judges, that they will decide which ideas are the best. And there will also be the People's Choice public vote winner. And back in 2019, we had 40,000 people involved, so it's a big crowd. And the competition back in 2019 ran in all these countries, and again we're going to have the same competition. It's going to run approximately the same period between April and June. And we will have, I hope we will have the same number of applicants. So there are plenty of applicants from several universities. We have 48 universities participating. You have to realize these are 48 projects where a British university is paired with a university from an international university like Middlesex University. I represent Middlesex University, and we have 2 projects. So we are paired with Kazar in Azerbaijan and KMU in Kyrgyzstan. So back in 2019, we had 3 areas. Now we have climate change. So we have 4 categories of ideas. And what we will do now is that I have yet another video to show what happened in the ceremony, so to give you a flavor before I tell you what you need to do next.
Hello, my name is Hande Diker. I mean, as British Council, we really believe creating opportunities for young people through cultural and education programs is really critical. That's why we have created Spark program in 7 countries to provide opportunities for young entrepreneurs and to develop their enterprise skills, English skills, business development skills, so that they can build their own business ideas, so that they can build their own businesses and access to the international market. And here we are in the Central Asia Big Idea Challenge award ceremony of the Create Spark program, which is a unique opportunity to bring together all 27 competitors in Tashkent. It's created an amazing vibe, I think, to bring together all these young entrepreneurs in this space. And we had a brilliant event. We heard about their business ideas, and we have provided some prizes for them. These include professional development awards, mentorship, some business development tools, and also some business idea cash prizes as well. We plan Create Spark program for a 5-year period. So we look forward to year 2 and to the next following years to implement the program in 7 countries, in Central Asia cluster as well, in Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, and Uzbekistan. Work with a wide range of young people, young entrepreneurs, creative people. Work with the higher education institutions to support these institutions and the young people in these institutions. And create some opportunities, training, capacity development activities, networking events, and everything, so that they can utilize, develop their skills to be young creative entrepreneurs.
Okay, so what's next? Next is expressing your interest. So you need to register your interest. So what you need to do is you need to go to the website of creativespark-bigidea.uk. And then what you can actually do is you will be required to provide your name, last name, an email address, and a mobile phone number with a country code, your date of birth, the citizenship, and of course your gender, and whether you have disability. After you provide this information, then you will be able to register your idea. So what we did, we introduced your video pitch competition, suggest the ways to pitch your idea, and introduce the next steps. And this is going to be question time now, guys. So do you have any questions? Anybody from the 11 people participating? What I will do is I'm going to ask to stop the recording now, so people can feel free to ask questions if they have any. So